This deep into the match, Bianca
Not with a bad rib.
No way. No way.
Trying to lift pipe.
Naomi responds after unintentional attack from Bianca Belair on January 10th, WWE SmackDown. The two stars locked horns in a fatal four-way match. The newly crowned WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton celebrated her title win on the January 10th episode of Friday Night SmackDown. However, the celebrations were spoiled when Nia Jax, Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca Belair crashed the festivities. Stratton created history when she cashed in the MITB contract on her friend Nia Jax on last week's episode. Jax was defending the title against the one-half of the tag champion Naomi. Stratton initially aided Jax in her defense and attacked the champion after the victory. The former champion Nia Jax initially gatecrashed Stratton's celebration and tore into the new champion for betraying her. Soon new challengers emerged staking claim to a chance at the title. The women's tag team champions Bianca Belair and Naomi too stepped into the ring to stake their claim. The heated segment quickly turned violent as the four women started a brawl, which was ultimately ended by the women's champion as she took out everyone with the prettiest moonsault ever. This brawl led General Manager Nick Aldis to announce a fatal four-way match between Jax, Bayley, Belair, and Naomi. Bayley will challenge Tiffany Stratton next week. The fatal four-way match was underway as Jax, Bayley, Belair, and Naomi battled for the number one contender spot and for a chance to face Stratton for the women's champion next week. However, the match ended badly for the tag champion. Belair was in control of the clash as she looked to finish the match when Candice LeRae, who was ringside, interfered in the match. LeRae pulled Belair's hair braid, and the two stars engaged in a tug-of-war involving Bianca's hair. The tug-of-war between the two ended when Belair accidentally hit her tag partner Naomi with her braid. Bayley capitalized on the distraction and picked up the win, pinning Naomi in the fatal four-way match. The USA Network posted the clip of Bayley and LeRae's tug-of-war over EST's hair, which ended with Naomi getting hit, accompanied by the caption, "That's not good." Naomi responded to the tweet with a two-word message signaling that there is no bad blood between the two, and she understands it was unintentional. BB at Bianca Belair, this hurt crying face, she wrote. Tiffany Stratton is now set to defend the women's title against Bayley on next week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. The January 17th episode of the Blue Brand will emanate from the Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California. The show will feature a tag team clash between Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza. Solo Sikoa is also set to make his return on the next week's show following his devastating loss at the hands of Roman Reigns in the Tribal Combat match at Raw Netflix debut show. Naomi sends a two-word message to Bianca Belair following unfortunate incident on SmackDown. Tonight's episode of SmackDown ended badly for Bianca Belair and Naomi. The reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions were part of a number one contender's fatal four-way match for a shot at Tiffany Stratton. With Nia Jax and Bayley also in the match, Belair looked to be in control before Candice LeRae got involved. She pulled the EST's hair braid, and the two engaged in a tug-of-war that led to Bianca accidentally hitting Naomi with her braid. This distracted her, ultimately leading to Bayley picking up the win. After SmackDown ended, the former Raw Women's Champion issued a public apology to her tag team partner on her Instagram story. Over on X/Twitter, Naomi has responded to Bianca Belair's hit with a two-word message that confirms there aren't any hard feelings between the two. It remains to be seen how Belair and Naomi's singles failures will affect their reign as WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The latter even lost a world title match against Nia Jax last Friday on SmackDown before Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank cash-in. The current WWE Women's Champion will defend her title for the first time against Bayley on next week's episode of the Blue Brand. Naomi changes up her look to piss off WWE superstar. Naomi is one half of the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions alongside Bianca Belair. The recent episode of the Blue Brand ended badly for the tag champions as they lost the number one contenders match for Tiffy's WWE Women's Championship. Despite being a team, neither of them could nail the victory. Instead, Bayley, who was also part of the match, won the match and will now face Stratton next week in her first title defense. Recently, Naomi shared a picture of herself with a new hair color. She had dyed her hair purple. The former SmackDown Women's Champion revealed in her caption, that she colored her hair purple to piss off Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae and Naomi have been longtime rivals. Currently, LeRae has formed a new alliance with Nia Jax, and both are working together as a team. It appears once the irresistible force is done with Tiffany Stratton, she, alongside Candice, could focus on challenging the Glow and the EST of WWE for the Tag Team Championships. Nick Aldis could announce massive WWE Women's Championship for Royal Rumble 2025. This week's SmackDown saw newly crowned WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton reveal that Nia Jax had never mistreated her. Instead, she outwitted the irresistible force by befriending her to capitalize on the best opportunity and capture the gold. Nia Jax intervened in Tiffy's title celebration and warned Stratton to return her title or face her wrath. However, Bayley won the #1 contender fatal 4-way match and will be facing Stratton in her first title defense on the upcoming episode of SmackDown. It appears Tiffany Stratton will likely retain her title and will continue her feud with Nia Jax, which could eventually lead to them having a title bout at the upcoming Royal Rumble 2025, which is less than a month away. However, the proposed angle is hypothetical at this point, and fans will have to wait and see what the Triple H-led creative has in store for the SmackDown Women's Division next. Bianca Belair sends a message to 35-year-old star after WWE SmackDown. They don't get along. There were plenty of things that happened on SmackDown, with Bianca Belair sending a message to a 35-year-old star who she doesn't get along with. Belair and Bayley have been at odds for a couple of years since the role model form Damage Control that on the first 3-hour episode of SmackDown, Belair accompanied Naomi for her WWE Women's Championship match against Nia Jax. The Glow put in a valiant effort against the champ and even came close to winning the title before Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae gave Jax the help she needed. In a post on X, FK Twitter, Bayley had nothing but praise for Naomi after her performance against Nia Jax, who actually lost her title after Stratton cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase. Bianca Belair caught wind of Bayley's comments and finally had something positive to say about her rival, putting their differences aside even for a second for Naomi. "One thing I agree with you on," Belair tweeted that it's not the first time Bianca Belair has put her distaste of Bayley behind her in the past few months. Belair had to team up with her rival at the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series last November. Bianca Belair inadvertently helped Tiffany Stratton win the WWE Women's Championship. As mentioned above, Tiffany Stratton cashed in her MITB briefcase on Nia Jax to become the new WWE Women's Champion. Stratton helped Jax retain the title by hitting Naomi with the briefcase, allowing the Arisi